All right, this is video number 10 of my journey to a net worth millionaire investor. And in my prior video, I talked about the power of focus and why I was selling all those positions that I had open, in things like Nokia, MP Materials, Hud Bay Minerals, Macy's, right? And just a lot of little things that just slowly took away my focus and wind up taking more money away from my priorities, which, as I mentioned, are currently focused on getting my emergency fund to where I need it to be to go ahead and get that base of security there in my life financially. And then secondary, getting more shares of Vanguard Total Stock Market, because that gives me, pretty solid exposure to US equities overall, which, as we know, it's just been on a reliable run lately and will likely continue to be the case. And it's just a very reliable way to just diversify myself in the stock market without stressing out over, individual picks and stuff like that. And speaking of individual picks, that was one of the reasons why I was picking up all those little positions, is because I wanted to basically see if I could find, ways to beat the more modest returns, right, of like 10 to 12% by, researching enough into individual stocks to see, hey, what could have a lot of long-term potential. But the problem with that is, when I actually sat down and thought about it, really at a gut level, what I was trying to do is see what stocks I could find that could potentially just pop, right? And wind up making me a fortune. Well, not really a fortune, but just wind up making me a lot more money even sooner. And when I thought about that, right, I realized, hey, that kind of bet really doesn't make sense, right? When in reality, there's a reason why, cash tends to get consolidated in certain kinds of companies that just have reliable returns and earnings, because they're actually growing, their business models are proven, margins are solid, and so on. And because of that, typically, those are the kind of companies that tend to just produce more reliable returns over time. And so that's not to say that I still won't make individual picks later. But in terms of helping me just refine my focus and the things that are important to me right now, I think consolidating things down to just those two plays right now, Vanguard Total Stock Market, emergency fund, and then maybe the rare, individual pick, then that'll just help me become better as an investor overall in the future. So, yep, this is video number 10, and until the next one, peace.